myself pretty well. If I feel good, my pants fit good, and I have high energy throughout the day, I'm golden. If I'm sleeping good, then I'm working hard enough that my sleep is good. I'm sleeping well enough that I'm dreaming, so I'm like actually getting decent REM sleep, which is the factor for me that if I know I dreamt during the night, then I know that I'm working hard enough during the day. If I'm up in the middle of the night or I can't fall asleep, I know I didn't work hard enough that week. But incrementally wise, the one thing that I track is strength. So I have my Excel spreadsheet. I prefer Excel over Beyond the Whiteboard sometimes for that kind of stuff, but Beyond the Whiteboard is just as good. And I do like looking back at Beyond the Whiteboard to see what I did for front squat 3 rep max in 2013, because I have that data, which is amazing to be able to see, and then to see your increments as you go. So I use it for the basics, and then I use my spreadsheet to be able to track what I'm doing that day in terms of percentages, and then increasing those percentages every quarter. So I use a certain equation for that, and I track it that way.
Success means to me actually a lot of things. It depends on like what scope you're really looking into it, and my goals change all the time. So success to me is going to always change. It could be a number on the scale for me if I'm trying to cut weight. It could be making sure that I'm logging all my weights and I'm trying to go for a 1 rep max, and if I hit that or not, then that's a success. So for me, it really is going to depend on like what my goals are or what your goals are, and making sure that you're tackling, you're working towards tackling those goals. It doesn't mean success is only obtained when you reach that goal. If I'm working up towards a 1 rep max and I start to hit smaller numbers in between there, those are goals, right? And those are big wins that we need to make sure that we capitalize on.
Success is not like hitting a certain number or making your body look a certain way. Like, success is the progress, and if you are progressing, you're being successful. If you're diligent and putting the work in, and you're improving yourself, that improvement is what makes you successful, not any metric, because I'm never going to compare to a games athlete, and so if that's what success is, then I can't be successful. Success is just constantly moving forward.
In here, how we physically measure it, we have Beyond the Whiteboard that we use, where we're able to log all of our results in. So that would be one way of measuring it. Comparing it from week to week, or from your last rep max to your new rep max. If it's weight on a scale, I'm logging it in here, making sure each week when I come in and weigh in that I'm seeing some progress there. Also, if I'm trying to lose, right, and I'm trying to measure it, sometimes I don't always see the number on the scale, right? Sometimes it's the body fat number I'm trying to keep track of, or sometimes we're taking measurements. Maybe like around my waist measurement went down, but my weight stayed the same. These are big goals because a lot of people, they think that they're here for weight, and sometimes it's more like the toning and the body fat that they're really going to see. So it's a way that we're able to measure that for them with tracking their BMI, their body fat, making sure we're taking measurements and things like that, recording all this stuff down, and then it's repeatable, right? We need to make sure that we have a way to measure it, and make sure there's a way to repeat it as well.
Like me personally, when it comes to like my own personal kind of success, I kind of measure in a couple of metrics. So obviously, like, I'm big into CrossFit and stuff like that. So whenever I get like a PR or my technique gets a little bit better, even if my weight doesn't go up, if I feel like my technique is getting better, that's always a big milestone for me. So I always think that's always something successful and something to kind of keep track of, and lets me know that that's how I measure my success of my training, that, you know, all that hard work that I put into it kind of helps. But then kind of more on like a life level, it's just like, that doesn't have to necessarily do with me, but I feel like I'm successful as a person if the people around me kind of start bringing themselves up. So like, I hold myself to a certain standard, and I do my best to try to hold everyone accountable and kind of keep them to that standard as well, just because I know it would make them a better person. So when I see those people really stepping out of their comfort zone and kind of stepping to meet the challenge and come up to that level, and look, I want to be better at this, that, and the third, then I think that's a measure of success too, just because you see people every day that struggle just to live life normally, and to have people come in here, especially in this facility, and then just watch them do things that they never thought that they could, whether that be get their first pull-up, learn how to jump rope, something as simple as that. It means a lot. It means a lot to them, so therefore it means a lot to me, because just to see them be happy, that's success right there. That's how I measure it. It's just what kind of impact can I leave in this world, and the bigger the impact, the more it's worth it.